tonight we are just on the Sydney Harbour Bridge looking out towards the Sydney Opera House. So if I give you a little zoom there, you can see the Sydney Opera House looking out from Sydney Harbour Bridge right now. Again, I'm using the Hitcase extra wide lens, which allows me to get the whole harbour in for you guys so you can see what it looks like at night time. I've already done a few scopes previously coming across the bridge in the daytime, but this is now looking at the nighttime view across Sydney Harbour, from Sydney Harbour Bridge across to the Opera House. Just thought I'd check in with you guys, let you guys know that it's been a great day here for the Digital Nomad project in Sydney. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually currently on a 3-month journey led by you guys on Periscope and are following over at Snapchat. So our Snapchat account is at AllThingsWhere, so it's AllThingsWhere. You can follow us along there, get involved. We're actually tomorrow, we're going to be back in the city and we're going to be telling some stories tomorrow of people less fortunate, homeless people who are on the street, and giving you guys an opportunity to change their lives, to be involved, to make decisions on how we're going to help them, how we're going to reach out, whether that's buying them a sleeping bag, whether that's getting them food, whether that's taking them somewhere, making them feel valued, even if it's, trip to the cinema, whether it's going to sit in the park and spend some time with them. You guys are going to dictate that from tomorrow. So we're tomorrow I'm in the city doing some speaking to them, getting their stories out for you guys, so you'll be able to hear kind of the situations that they have to deal with and what they have to face. So that's the homeless and less fortunate. We'll be bringing their stories to you through Periscope and also Snapchat, and then you guys can help us influence their life, improve their life in one way or another. We're letting the digital community decide how all of that is going to happen, what's going to take place as well. So that's kind of where we're at with the project right now. I really appreciate each and every one of you here and everyone who's been snapping on Snapchat. Been some massive support through Snapchat for the project. Again, guys, if you like the idea of the project, please do share the broadcast. You can tap on the little Perry guy in the bottom corner there, or an Android swipe up, iOS swipe left to right, and you can share the broadcast. And please do make sure you're following as well so that you can catch all the broadcasts. If you want to follow the project really easily, the best place to go is AllThingsNetworking.com, and you can jump in there, and on the menu bar there's actually a Digital Nomad project section, so you can follow the map of where we've been, the things that we've been up to, the wish list of things that we think we need for the project. So there's a whole range of ways you guys can get involved. So guys, just thought I'd give you a quick view over the harbour. So you can see Sydney Harbour, Circular Quay in the right hand side there, and the Sydney Opera House on the left hand side. So guys, I'm actually going to take you for a little walk across. So this is the Sydney Harbour Bridge at night. So you can see here. No worries at all. So yeah, basically for the next, so you guys can see me. So for the next 3 months, you guys on Periscope and over on our Snapchat account, which is at AllThingsWhere, WHERE, you guys can help us make decisions. So we're going out and finding the homeless, telling you their stories, and then you guys get to decide what impacts we have on their lives, whether we take them somewhere, whether we buy them something, whether we just spend a bit of time with them. It's down to you guys to make those decisions, and we'll be broadcasting their stories to you here on Snapchat, so you'll get to hear the troubles that they face and things like that as well. So you guys have control over this over the next 3 months. I'm basically, the project's called Digital Nomad Project because I'm actually running a full digital media business actually on the road. So I'm traveling around and going out to find these things so that I can pass on the message and to get the stories out to you guys as I'm traveling around. So you guys can get involved here on Periscope and also over at Snapchat. So make sure that you get involved, make sure you jump in, ask questions if you want to know more about it, if you want to make suggestions. We're open to suggestions. It's your project, guys. I'm just the person facilitating it. I'm out on the road. I've packed up my life for 3 months on the road, and you guys get to control it. So it's a little bit, I guess, there's a few people there. So it's a little bit, I guess, reality TV. You get to follow along, but you guys get to direct it as well. So you guys get to tell the story. It's your story to tell. I'm super passionate not Christmas gone, but the Christmas before. I went out and fed over 100 homeless people hot dinners with a friend of mine. We went out and delivered all of that, and now we want to go out and kind of find out what their stories are and bring it to you guys and see if you guys want to get involved and kind of at what level. That's all down to you guys. You guys are making those decisions as we kind of go through, so you'll be able to decide how we help them and what we do, both here but on Snapchat. So I check in normally once to twice a day on Periscope, because obviously I'm traveling around and limited data. We don't have unlimited data here in Australia, unfortunately. Although fingers crossed, we are hopefully getting the data sponsored at the moment. So you guys have got opportunities to do that. So here's the catch. So I packed up my life into a van to run my digital media business on the road. In fact, when I left home, I was already coming to the end of my month of data on my phone. So I actually had about 1.5 gigs on my phone and some on my MiFi when I left home. Which obviously made me reassess where am I going to work from, how am I going to do that, got to get to Wi-Fi spots, that might only be in the daytime. So the whole thing has kind of changed and highlighted things like asking people for help. Who can reach out, who can help, who's got a connection in this area. I'm going to be in North Sydney, does anyone have anyone there who can help? At the moment I've got half a bike, so one of those things that we're looking at the moment is getting help in fixing that so that I can get in and out of the city without having to spend any money. The real big snag is it's a 3-month project and I started with $100. I've only got $100. So it's basically a test of the digital community to see how prepared they are to get involved in a project that someone else is doing. So I'm out doing it, going and meeting the people, bringing the stuff. It is super hard work. Like if I told you today, food-wise, like I'm actually within the project, the kind of the conditions that have been set on it. So no, it's not shared, it's actually just myself at the moment, which is actually, because this is our work account. Evening. This is actually the work account that we use for our business, and our business is basically, I packed the business up here in Sydney to go on the road to show you that a business can be run on the road and you can do massive amounts of good with the backing of other people. So we're basically going along. I'm taking a journey for 3 months guided by you guys and trying to help as many people as we can along the way. So from tomorrow, I'll be telling stories of homeless. You guys can get involved. Talking about funding, there are a number of different ways people can get involved. They can share the story, they can get involved that way, so sharing the broadcast. So if you want to share it, tap the little Perry guy in the bottom corner and share this to Twitter, Facebook, invite your followers here. The more people that get involved, the more people's lives we can affect over the next 3 months. We want this project to get bigger and bigger and bigger as we go through the 3 months. So by the end of the 3 months, when we go live and we're telling someone's story, we want hundreds of people, we want thousands of people on the broadcast listening to those people, making those people feel valued, that like 1,000 people tuned in to hear their story. That's how big we want to push this. We want to make this such a big thing. And you're going to hear some really, really tough situations that people are in. Like the people that there are people who walk past these people in the street and just ignore them. Like these people were massively undervalued in society, in the community, and people, have preconceived ideas why people are homeless, but never stop to find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you the stories of the people who are homeless here in Sydney, and I'm going to be traveling around doing that. And what I want you guys to do, number one, share the message, get it out to as many people as you can, whether that's inviting people on Periscope, whether that is posting it to Facebook, posting it to Twitter. Where's your audience? How can you get some people involved? If it's just as much as sharing the project, you might not be in a situation where you can directly put something into the project. Like you can't necessarily, donate or give a sleeping bag to a homeless person. What you can do is get other people involved. You don't know who's in what situation to be able to help. The more people involved, the more people we can help. So together, this is it. Yeah, we're absolutely, I saw that as well, Matt. It's an amazing project as well. And there's some fantastic projects going on around the world to help the people who are less fortunate, but specifically the homeless people. It's a massive epidemic in Sydney. specifically. Obviously, that's where I've done kind of my research on the topic, and the numbers would absolutely blow your mind. I think I'd have to go back and check it. It's actually on my LinkedIn profile, but I think it's 1 in 20 people in Sydney are actually currently registered as being homeless. So it's a ridiculous number. It is stupid. Like when you walk through the city, obviously you don't see them because they're in different places. They're like sleeping in bush. You might walk past a bush and there might be someone sleeping in it and you'd be unaware. This is the kind of like level it is. We're in a first world country. We're not like in some destitute place, but we're in a third. It feels for these people like it's a third world country, like it's a worse off place. But there's no reason for it to happen, and that's why basically we've gone out to bring the whole story to you guys. And like this year, more so than any, like we've got the Periscope. Periscope has actually been featured, if you haven't seen it already, it's been featured in the Shorty Awards this year. It's a lifestyle awards. Like people have been put forward to be nominated for those awards that are specifically a lifestyle type awards. And like these people are just out and they're broadcasting, telling their message, and everyone's got a story. This broadcast platform is changing how people are communicating. I'm not here to communicate my message for the next 3 months. I'm here to communicate the message of hundreds of thousands of people who can't do it themselves. So I'm going out, getting their stories, bringing them to you here on Periscope and through Snapchat throughout the day so that you guys can help us do something about it. Unfortunately, at the moment in Australia, the government spends $220 million on supporting the homeless. Yeah, supporting the homeless. Now let's have a think about what that actually means. They're spending $220 million to keep these people on the street. Something's wrong here. There's some sort of disconnect. It's not necessarily, when you talk to people about homeless, a lot of people immediately think, oh, well, they must be hungry, let's feed them. Actually, I did some research when I went out to feed them last year. I went out and I wasn't feeding them because I thought they needed to eat, because I'd already knew that wasn't the main thing. But it was a gateway in for me to be able to talk to these people and find out, what do you need? If there's one thing we can do for you today, what is it? And you wouldn't believe the response. You also wouldn't believe a lot of homeless people have a mobile phone. So you can get in contact with those people. They find a way to charge it, they find a place, very much like I'm having to do now while I'm broadcasting this. I have to find power. If you're following on Snapchat, you'll know I'm plugging in like a Westfield shopping centre. Today I've been 4 hours inside a hostel that I'm not staying in. I had to just, blag my way in, get to plug sockets and things like that. There is a massive amount that you can learn from these people. When they're in such a destitute situation, they find a way to cope with it. But obviously it is exactly that, it's coping. With $220 million budget, where's the disconnect? Why are they not getting them out of the situation? Number one thing that I got told at Christmas when I went out to feed them, I want a job. Sounds like a super simple thing. Go and get a fucking job then. You can't. If you think about the process of getting a job and applying, what's one of the things you fill in on your application form? Where do you live? Why do they want to know that? Well, I want to background check you. I can't background check you if you don't have an address. So people will not give a job to the homeless because they don't have a home and I can't check on them. So until someone takes the risk and employs them, once one person takes the risk and employs them, they can then take that reference and get another job. So there is a way to fix the problem. Part of this is actually someone takes the risk, gives them a job, trains them into a position, and then passes them with a reference into another job and opens up the vacancy for someone else. Not everyone on the street is in the same situation. Everybody has a different story, as you're going to find out over the next 3 months. There's a massive amount of stories to be told by all of these different people. Same as you and I, people who are in regular jobs. Everybody has a different story to tell. So over the next 3 months, you'll be hearing a whole different range of stories on what that situation is, why they are, where they are, the problems that they're facing, the things that they need. And as we find out what those problems are they're facing, hopefully, as a community, we can reach out and we can help those people. So there is a number of different ways to be involved. Keep following the broadcasts, keep spreading the message. We are going to change lives over the next 3 months. It is going to be a big project. It is like, this is something I'm super passionate about, and I super want to change this. There is no excuse in a first world country for anybody to be sleeping on the street. Absolutely no reason for that. And I'm going out and I'm asking you guys to support me on the journey over the next 3 months while I do this. And there's a number of ways. The best way to follow is just the hashtag Digital Nomad Project on Twitter. You can follow every time we write a blog, we put it up on Twitter and we tag it with the hashtag. You can find it there. Every time we Periscope, it's got the hashtag in there and you can find them. Unfortunately, at the moment, Periscopes do expire, so you will find dead links. Don't worry, because all of the broadcasts that we're doing, we're saving and we're repurposing, so you'll be able to find them through the hashtag. We're going to repost them out, embed them into blogs, so you guys can go back, and if there's anything you missed, you want to follow the story, you want to see where we've been, you want to find out about the people of the people's lives that we're touching, you can do that simply using the hashtag Digital Nomad Project on Twitter. That's the one go-to place I'm sending you. If you want to read the blogs and you want to go direct to the blog, you can go to AllThingsNetworking.com, and in the address bar we have created a menu that is specific for the project. In there, you can tap on the Digital Nomad Project menu bar and it will drop down. It will give you the blogs that are tagged like that. It will also give you the wish list, which is things that we think we need. Some of the things are things that I need to be able to go in and out of the city. For me to travel from there to there is $4 each way. The budget for the whole project was $100 for 3 months. I could make 25 trips across this bridge and the budget is blown. So I'm looking at other creative ways to do it. At the moment, I'm about 3.5K into a walk from down there in the city, and I've still got to get to all the way up there where the expressway veers off. That's where I'm going, that's where I'm parked. I'm in a camper van. I've given up the comfort of being inside of a fixed premises so that I can empathize. 1 in 200. So it's still a ridiculous number. It's a massive problem. And actually, those statistics, I can hand on heart say those statistics are an underestimation. Because the way that they count the homeless is they literally drive around and try to find them. Great. Are you looking everywhere in Sydney? Or are you estimating? Again, they are not finding every homeless person. Some homeless people don't want to be found. They go somewhere where I'm not going to be disturbed, which means they're not included in the count. So that is a massive problem, is they don't even know how many homeless people there are in Sydney, because how do you track them? It is ridiculous. There's such a stupid number of people who are in this situation. How is it possible in a first world country with a minimum wage of like $18 an hour that these people can't go and get a job? There's not a position to do it. Massive props to Matt. I had a big chat with Matt from Oz Backpacking today, and he was telling me about a great project where someone was driving a van around, picking people up and giving homeless people the opportunity to work. And it wasn't a great wage, but hey, they were giving them the opportunity. And sometimes, this was from our conversation earlier, and it's something I massively believe, is that people walk past homeless people in the street and think they need money, think they need food. Sometimes they want you to sit on your ass and spend time with them. They want to feel valued. That's it. Every single human being wants to feel valued in some way or another. If that's sitting down and like having a chat with them, if that's bringing them food, if that's saying, hey, I've got a job opportunity for you, or a way I can help you, whatever it is, try and do something for someone. I'm going out and I'm doing this. I'm finding the people who are in the situation to bring them to the digital community for you guys to impact and change people's lives. I'm about to jump off, not literally jump off the bridge. I'm about to walk that way and just climb off. But I'm going to, because I've still got like another 3K walking to do, and it gets a little bit dark on this bit of the walk, so it would be pointless to Periscope. You'd just be getting audio. I'm going to jump off, but I broadcast once a day. This is the first time I've got on here and got super super passionate with you guys, and I've been raw today. Like, I noticed that I dropped some words I wouldn't normally drop on here, and I'm not going to make any apologies for that. I am angry about this. It angers me that this situation is even happening, let alone the fact that I'm going out and doing something about it with your help. Why isn't the government stepping up? Why aren't people who have got money? I'm stood, literally, this side is Kirribilli. This is where the Prime Minister's residence for Australia is based. This is a rich area, and look how far I am from the city. I've walked 3k across the bridge. I'm in a rich area, and yet I am 3k from loads of homeless people sat in the city, lying in the streets that I passed. I'll be trying to document as many homeless people as possible on my journey in the 3 months. That's not just going to be Sydney. I know that people in the community have already reached out and said there's other areas they'd like me to go to, and I will do that. I will travel there, but I need your help to make it happen, whether it's someone or a business or a person funding getting to people so we can help them. If it's somewhere for us to stay that breaks it up, we've regularly got to do like washing, we've got to do all of these things in order to be able to travel around and commute. It's a test of how good the community is, how much good they want to do. I'm out on the road like today. I literally had to take a spare t-shirt because it is so hot right now, and I walked into the city. I walked I think 5k going in. So I'm in Sydney, but we are going to be traveling around and doing it in different areas, and it's down to you guys. So Sydney is where this whole project is starting, but it's down to you guys which way we go, where we go with it. So stay involved, make sure you're following this channel. We'll be broadcasting at least once a day on this channel, giving you the updates of what's been going on every day, all the changes, the things that happen there. If I told you today, I told you I'm living below the poverty line to highlight and to empathise with the people that I'm going out to meet. And today, my breakfast was 2 biscuits, or 2 or 3 biscuits that I got given when I got into the city. And then beyond that, I got, fantastic, thanks a lot. Definitely, if you want to get involved as well, reach out to us through Twitter. We'd love to connect with as many of you as possible. Send us a message and tell us how you want to help, how you want to be involved. So I have biscuits at lunchtime. In fact, today, I can't actually remember if I've had a meal today. I've had little bits here and there, like some biscuits I got given. A mate bought me a coffee. I think I had half a box of Tic Tacs. That's literally what I've had today. So I can really empathise with the people who are in those situations and who are feeling that the need, the hunger, everything around that. Like, I want to be in a situation where I understand as much as possible so that I can empathise with these people. I'm in a camper van, so I do have a roof over my head. It's slightly different. However, I'm still running a full business at the same time as doing this project. So guys, I want to say thank you, each and every one of you. If you're passionate about the project, and you know that I'm passionate about this project, please share the broadcast. I'm about to finish this scope, but you can still share it. It's up for 24 hours. Share it once, share it twice, share it 3 times. Share it every hour if you want. Get the message out. This broadcast is the one that is telling people how I feel about this. This is the broadcast I want people to see. This is how angry I am about the situation that is going on, not just here in Australia, but all around the world. It is outrageous that this is going on. Please share it. Please get involved. Please follow us. Add us on Snapchat. Join the conversation throughout the day. On Snapchat is at AllThingsWhere, which is all things WHERE on Snapchat. If you go to our Twitter account, the snap code is on the top. Join us there. Send us a snap. Tell us what you think of the project. Tell us how you want to be involved. Tell us anything that you want to reach out and get involved with the project any way you see fit. Thanks a lot again, guys, on Periscope. Thanks to everyone on Snapchat who's jumped from Snapchat to Periscope to join us. I'm going to jump off and I'll catch you guys on Snapchat through the rest of my journey tonight, and then I'll catch you guys on Periscope again tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thanks a lot.